seconds.
I have a very good joke on this. So it says live here on the screen. I guess we wait until the clock strikes 2.
Yeah. Okay, we're live now.
Yep.
Yeah. So welcome to our first webinar and Q&A session, or at least for a long time. I don't know, maybe we had it before, maybe not. But either way, I am Alexander Rice. So right now I have been intern, and I have moved on to become the chief intern officer of NBX. And I'm here today with our director of partnerships, Christian Omvik, who is also fresh this year on the team.
Great.
So just some info about the webinar and Q&A, that you can just drop questions when you have the thoughts in the chat, and we will kind of pick it up at the end, and so that everyone, if the same question comes several times, stuff. And we expect this to run for like 20 to 40 minutes. We are not sure yet, since this is our first webinar actually. So this summer we landed a CASP finally, after a long waiting period and back and forth with the Finanstilsynet. We have this bank software. We have purchased bank software and landed that, so that we can expand into the Latvian bank license in the next year. And the car is coming, and and we are finally back in the EU markets because of the CASP. And several people have noticed that our app is back in Google Play Store and Apple App Store, which is great.
Onwards.
So, do you want to intro yourself, Christian, a bit short?
Sure. I'll keep it brief. My name is Christian Omvik. I am director of partnerships here at NBX. I came along with the Flip app. So that's our joint venture that we co-own together with Flip, a non-custodial wallet that makes it effortlessly to send and receive crypto funds without knowing anything crypto. So we'll come back to that later. Before that, I used to work with Paints, both in the Middle East and here in Norway with Jotun Paints. But I'm thrilled to be here to speak to people, to get the questions, but also share some of the things that we can publicly talk about that makes you guys as bullish as us when it comes to the future. So I'm looking forward to this one.
Wonderful. So status of NBX today is that we launched in 2018 and still going strong, or we are trying to, and we are listed on the Euronext Growth, which I expect a lot of both shareholders and customers, and both at the same time, are here today. And we are now focusing on our future as a digital asset bank, with the bank license and the Visa card, and making a full ecosystem, including the Flip, which Christian will get into, about how this Flip app is important to us, and why it's not NBX and the Flip app inside one app, which might confuse, but there's a good reason for this. Should we start with the presentation, Christian?
Yeah, I think you already front run it. So
I did.
This was a lot based on, we had an investor day. It was in June, 16th of June, I believe. So this is partly some of this, and then we're going to add on with our color and explanation around it. So NBX first. We're talking about how money moves because we want to touch upon the stable coins and their importance in the ecosystem. We'll move over to the Visa Flex card, the Flip app, how this ties together, and the road ahead before we take some questions. So as you mentioned, Alex, born here in Norway, 2018. Obviously, the MiCA landscape has changed this as we previously operated mostly in Norway. So we expect this number to change. But in addition to being a Norwegian centralized exchange, we're audited and supervised by the Norwegian Financial Authority, which many people know. But we're also listed on the Euronext Growth in Oslo, which also has put us under financial supervision for some years now. So we're quite used to this. I guess that was the first part. We have spent a lot of the latter 2 years talking about regulation. Previously, there was a scheme of being a VASP, which was a virtual asset service provider. And for those of you who are not familiar with this was a self-registration. You told the authorities that you were into dealing with virtual assets like crypto, and then you were registered, and then it was sort of easier to get going, let's say. And with the MiCA regulation came out of the EU a couple of years back, they're way more stringent. There's way more rules to this rule book. And it came into effect in different jurisdictions throughout Europe, but there was a clean cutoff at the 1st of July this year. And just to put this into perspective, some months back, there were over 1,200 registered VASPs, meaning 1,200 exchanges around Europe that told their financial jurisdiction that, yes, we're a VASP, we've self-registered. After the more stringent MiCA regulation are now into full force, I'm not quite sure of the number exactly, Alex, but I believe it's around 250 COSPs, which means they're a crypto asset service provider, and they're regulated with one of the jurisdictions within the EU or the EEA, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So that means we hold that COSP license, and we hold the 7 letters. There's 10 different letters that you can be regulated for. The 7 that we hold, which I believe is the most out of any Norwegian exchange, lets us provide services to our users, which means they can buy, they can sell, they can exchange, they can swap, and we can execute orders. We can route them and execute them, and we're also allowed to help users transfer their funds. And those 7 letters enables us to give the power to our users. The 3 we don't have is about, it's more about the, portfolio management, managing people's stacks behind their backs. We've deliberately stayed away from that because we want to be an exchange which is about you and giving the user, control. Does that sound correct, Alex?
Sounds perfect to me.
Perfect.
And for us, so it was important for the longevity of NBX to apply for all the licenses we need in one go, which is why also many, including ourselves, were frustrated with the amount of time it took, but we landed it in the end, and we are very happy that we are now allowed to operate in the whole EU, and we applied right away to be able to operate in every single EEA and EU country.
So I believe now
compared to other competitors and stuff.
So that gives us an addressable market of approximately 450 million users, as opposed to if you carve out only the Norwegian users. There's one more box here, and it's called EMI license. And I don't know how much people know about this, electronic money institution. That gives us the ability to issue stable coins. And that is a central part in our strategy going forward. And that is also passported throughout all the European countries. So it gives us the ability to have done what we have done with USDM, which is a stablecoin that is pegged to the US dollar. It's called USDM. It sits natively on Cardano, first and foremost. But having that also gives us the ability to go into other currencies and creating stablecoins. We are going to launch both a Polish zloty pegged stablecoin called PLT, together with a euro pegged stablecoin called EUR-N. And those will go natively on Polygon in the beginning. There's no clear roadmap in which chain, but I think going forward, you'll see the industry going multi-chain after some time. But that EMI license, together with our MiCA COSP license, gives us that ability to, start with these or create these stablecoins and hit the whole EU-wide market.
Yeah, and also I would like to add that it's a bit complicated to explain financially, but USDM is one of the very few stable coins that is acting as a euro dollar, which means it's a dollar held outside the American banking system, which for several reasons right now is an interesting proposition, or
yes, indeed.
Foundation to have access to the dollars outside U.S. regulations. Even though U.S. is the world police and can do what they want, especially around the dollar, but still it's a barrier that a USDM minted with NBX is outside U.S. banking system. It's actually held here in Europe.
And I mean, let's just grab this bull by the horn, because I've been into a lot of customer interactions. Like, okay, stable coins, how sure are we that they are redeemable? Like, how can we make sure if any point that NBX was not here, could I still get that dollar back? And regulation, it's very stringent, these regulations. So for us to issue one USDM, we have to physically put the equivalent amount of US dollar or another currency into a fiat traditional bank, right? So it sits there in a vault. Only then we are allowed to mint or create more digital versions of the dollar, right?
Correct.
So why is stablecoins important for us in our ecosystem? First and foremost, they act as they started their journey as a hedge against volatility. So in the beginning days of Bitcoin, then came Litecoin, then other currencies came along, but we've all seen how these coins can fluctuate in price. So they go up and down. Stablecoins were born out of that necessity back in the day. They've grown mostly on that. But for us, Alex, stablecoins play a much more central role in our ecosystem. You want to talk a little bit about this slide and this triangle that we famously talk about?
Yeah. So for our stablecoin is probably not that popular around the crypto native and especially Solana meme coiners and DeFi and perp traders, but what we're trying to do with the USDM is use it in the background of as a payment rate globally. So instead of focusing on adopting more crypto usage of it, we are actually adopting the business usage of it and the remittance usage of it, and that's why we have the Flip app, because it's non-custodial, which means that the user is completely in control of the funds in the Flip app, and therefore it's very easy to download the Flip app anywhere you are in the world and just share your address. And by connecting business cases like the shipping case, if you want to go through that one.
Of course.
Afterwards. That everyone has a smartphone today, and with the Flip app, we are kind of copying Vipps, but in a whole different way, where Vipps only operates in Norway and caters to Norwegian customers. You don't need to, let's say, do the identity verification to have a Flip app wallet address. So what we're trying to do is replace existing payroll mechanism, and that's not that relevant in Norway, but still we have some cases like the shipping industry where it's very relevant for Norwegian companies to be able to pay their workers, which they might never see, but they are working for Norwegian companies, and like ship workers and shipyards, other places.
That's a great point, and I think just to elaborate and make it more like practical, I go through that case because a stablecoin on an exchange, that's one thing, you hedge the volatility, but we believe in NBX if we really want to tap into the promise of blockchain and stablecoins, because the promise of blockchain, it is it's faster, it's cheaper, and it's safer, right, than the traditional legacy rails. Let's just call it that. But in order to capitalize on that, we needed to move beyond exchanges and just being a trading pair. And together with the Flip app and this ship crew management case that we're talking about, just imagine the following, right? A company paying 30,000 employees around the world. Obviously, dollar is probably the most popular one when you look at a global scale. Instead of paying each and every one of these individuals on a fiat international bank transfer, you can deliver it much faster, because now NBX, publicly listed, right? We have the trust and we are licensed to issue a digital dollar. So that means you can come to us, we can make a digital dollar, and then we could pay these 30,000 workers. We don't have to pay all of them right now, but the pilot stages that we are with the different companies, we can pay 1,000, a subset of these, digitally. We could pay them with USDM. They can receive it in the Flip app. It's non-custodial. It's free to download. And this is where these stablecoins get legs out of the exchanges, right? Because now it ends up at a seafarer in the Philippines. It ends up at a seafarer or a pilot in Dubai. It's still auditable. It's a traceable trail from the company that came to us with the money. We issue the stablecoin, we send it through a regulated exchange, and we distribute it through our non-custodial app, the Flip app. So that means a stablecoin now reaches this in a fraction of a time. So that means we could pay, if you want to pay these workers on a Friday, you can do it. If we initiate this on the Friday, we can pay that same day. Then the stablecoin gets wings. But we have a triangle. Now we've distributed it. We put it into normal people's hands. These are no longer like crypto natives that understand which chain am I on? How do I exchange it? No, they get it straight in the hand, and they can send and receive like people would normally go to remittances to send money to relatives around the world. Now you can do this with a phone number. That is the beauty of the Flip app. And I believe we're going to show actually how easy it is to send and receive using a phone number a little bit later on. But then here is where we see the stablecoin not just being, a remittance. The Flip app team, they're working on putting that stablecoin to work into decentralized finance. And an easy way of exemplifying what that is, that means you deploy it in and you could start to earn by deploying it into vaults and whatnot. The Flip app team are trying to make that as easy as possible, which means you could earn on your stablecoin balance in DeFi, not in regulated exchange, because we are prohibited from doing that. But we can make it easy for you through a non-custodial wallet to reach that. But here is the beauty part of the Flip app and NBX. Non-custodial, that means users have their own keys. If everything goes down, they still have the password. They could still log on to any other wallet. They have access to their funds. NBX, we're a custodial platform, which means we, through our regulated entity, we take custody of your funds. We are responsible for it. We're responsible not to do anything malicious with it. We can't put it to work anywhere else. We have to keep it here, so it's yours. If you combine those two worlds and then use the NBX connection, which is pending the next release of the Flip app, then you're going to be able to spend that stablecoin, not just send it. But then you could get our Visa card, which we're going to talk more about later, to actually pay at your local grocery. If you're going to pay your Netflix bill or pay your Uber, that means the stablecoin now acts through the Visa card as a means of payment. The fourth addition that comes available through this NBX connection is the ability to withdraw cash. And we have a partnership with Pin4, and through them, we're also going to give users the ability to go to, and the vendor is not disclosed yet, but let's just say they have hundreds, if not 500,000 outlets, remittance outlets around the globe, which means that they can withdraw it to physical fiat cash in their own currency. So that's where we believe this triangle, it becomes frictionless between stable coins, cash, and fiat spending money. Hope that made a little bit more of a sense. And this goes for USDM today, but with the PLT, Poland has a huge diaspora of workers living in other jurisdictions, sending money home, not just to an exchange in Poland, but to somebody who is in Poland, who uses Blick or uses their Visa card, withdraws cash. So this is why people on the outside should understand that we're not just building a crypto exchange, we're building a whole digital ecosystem.
Yes, and the beautiful part of this is with the Visa Flex card, because I don't think people understand that right now enough, that by having this technology, we can set up anything we want. Actually,
yes,
we can add currencies, we can spin up new stable coins, and add them instantly spendable. And I'm a bit crypto native, so I'm following the landscape now. And there's like hundreds of crypto cards now. It mostly is like issued by 2 or 3 players, and then it's like white label. But the point with this is that the difference between our Visa Flex card and all the other stablecoin cards is that they sell your crypto or stablecoin, and then they give you fiat for it when you tap the card. That's the difference. But with the FlexSpin, we just take the stablecoin. We don't have to convert it or anything. We can just spend it right away, because that's how we will set it up, that whatever currency you have on the card is, we can set that in when you're in Poland, only spend the PLT. When you're in Germany, over the border, spend your euro stablecoin. And this Flex technology is brand new. There's no one else that actually uses it, except maybe Klarna, but they use it for the pay now, pay later thing. But with our crypto native mindset and our exchange, we are able to do very cool things with this Flex technology.
That's correct. And I think a huge change here is we can tie it to, even in Norway for Norwegian customers, to their NOK balance if we want. We could tie it to a stablecoin balance when they're out traveling. We could also tie it to other cryptocurrencies going forward, but at the same time offer jurisdiction-wise credit lines when that time is ready, right? So now it's going to be a debit card, but we're also going to be able to tie into different providers. And that's why they essentially call it a smart card, right? So like you touched upon. If you're making a purchase that is travel, it's smart to route that to a credit line, so you automatically get insurance on that purchase. But if you're at your local grocery store, you could spend your stablecoin balance, right? And then you could avoid that that FX, which often comes in between local currency, and if you don't have that.
And with this Flex technology, we are also talking about credit lines. We can get credit partners in local countries in Europe in the start to issue the credit, and with the Latvian bank license, we are able to issue some very innovative new credit products, and we can do stuff like instant credit payback for when you purchase your flight tickets and stuff, and it's all on the same card and thing. You don't have to switch card or find another card or go into your mobile bank and see that your credit is full and that you can't buy your plane tickets for the limited liability insurance and stuff like that. There's
you just mentioned you just mentioned two important things: the Latvian banking license. Let's go back to that afterwards. But it's almost like the one card that rules them all, since we can tap in different lines of credit and both in crypto but also in fiat with that expansion. We'll touch upon more on that banking license a little bit later. But since we're on the card, Alex, let's talk a little bit about the cashback, because before I joined NBX, I was told that we were we one of the first who offered Bitcoin cashback on spending card?
Yeah, in the world.
In the world. So we've seen many come with that now, but then we're coming back with a slightly different and an improved approach, if you ask me. Help us and the people watching to understand how this cashback on a debit card will work.
Yes. So this in the start we are issuing the debit card, and so you have all these different card status tiers, which you can earn through using NBX, of course, or holding or stable coins in the Flip app, or you can be a very loyal shareholder, of course, too. Also for the Pro, we have we have set up that you can just also pay monthly subscription for the highest tier cashback. And I've gotten some feedback that the cashback was better before, and the monthly caps and stuff. But the thing is that because this is a debit, we are launching it like this, and in the future when it's launched and we see the usage and how people use it, and when we are thinking about credit, we will definitely come back to see how to make stuff more sweet for the
even more lucrative. That's a good one, because I mean the big change here is previously it was a credit card, which meant you have to go through a credit application, right? If you don't have your credit rating in order, you won't get that card. Now it's a debit card, which means if you have an account and you're KYC with us, you are that. If you have an account, then boom, you're eligible. And to start to earn your ways, it's either through referring users that KYC. That means you can move your way up your tiers. You could either keep a stablecoin balance. So right now, USDM, just have them on your account. You will move up the tiers. And there's a trading leg. So if you trade for a certain amount, you will move up the tiers. And then the last one, if you have shares, you reach out to us and you document that. And then from there on, we will move you up to the right tier. And then that's going to be a super interesting starting point of our customers getting cash back on debit spending as well.
Exactly. And again, with the Flex, someone asked that are we looking to do stuff like Revolut, and we are definitely doing that, and that's why we're gunning for the Latvian bank license. And we are taking it one step at a time now with the bank software in box and the bank or like the Tieto issuing the card. We are developing this further, of course.
Yes. Talk a little bit about the different skins on this. This is also new, right? So previously you would get one card that did this cashback with one vendor. Maybe you get another card with another sort of currency or loyalty points or whatnot. But this is also an innovation from our part where Bitcoin cashback, yes, that's the orange one. What about the other two alternatives, Alex? These are quite interesting.
Yeah, so we are launching the world's first debit cashback where you get paid in gold or silver, of course.
Yes.
Like you can see. And also, like the designs are not finalized, so they are subject to change, of course. But the important part is the asset you receive the cashback in.
And this is switchable, right? So it's not like you make one decision and then that's it. So if you still believe that silver has something for you, or gold, or Bitcoin for that matter, you can actually switch in between these.
Yes. Yep. You choose your asset, and we are also thinking about maybe you don't want to, maybe you're like risk averse, and you think like getting free Bitcoin is too speculative. So we can think about getting paid back in our own stable coins, so you get direct cashback and stuff.
Yes.
So,
our licensing is, this is we touched upon. Our licensing gives us that opportunity to really, create products that that our users want. I'm gonna go to the next one. This says a little bit about launch and timelines. We've said that Q4 is when this card hits the rails, if all goes to plan. We have some partners technically and on a partner level that they're signed, but we need these to roll out. There's some technical innovation that needs to happen on the back end, but we're hitting both the Norwegian market, Sweden and Denmark, Finland, Germany. That means once we launch this, users have already started to sign up on a waiting list, right? And then as soon as this is ready, those are the first come, first serve. Is that correct, Alex?
Yes, exactly. So all these countries we are ready to launch, and Poland will be very shortly available too, because that's we need that for Polish stablecoin customers, of course.
There's a lot of interesting. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, you can go.
Yeah, and I'm saying there's a lot of interesting pathways in 2027 because it opens up the B2B aspect of this, corporate cards, prepaid cards for both businesses. But I've often talked about the example of like on a retail side, you could have different cards for different family members. You could really allocate this to make sure that you earn the asset that you prefer and get that cash back in terms of coming to us and spending, and also getting something back, not just loyalty points that sometimes can be very inflatable.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we can just do the flip up quick. In custodial, and we have the USM stable coin on Cardano today, and we are launching at least a Euro and PLT on Polygon because of it's a very easy chain to work with in regards to fees, especially. And through that, we are looking at these DeFi integrations and how to leverage the Ethereum ecosystem to let users have easy access without this stress of wallet signatures and hardware wallets or remembering your keys and stuff, because it's connected to the phone number, of course. So should I just do
Go ahead.
Demo of the flip app?
Yep. So this is a demo, a live demo. So it can break. It's its own test environment. So if Alex mistakenly shows the seed phrase, don't worry. I've tried it. It's just a demo. But
Yeah.
I do believe Mattis has to change. There we go. So while you're getting your Flip app up, remember, at its core, it's a non-custodial wallet, but we have added the phone number functionality to make it easy, so you have to understand. So right now, Alex, you're choosing the phone number you want to send to. You could also, choose to just use one of the person in the bottom. But this is a wallet at its core, so you could paste in an address here if you wanted to send USDM to, a blockchain address. But to be honest, there's 93% in the world that haven't touched crypto. They don't understand, and if you try to approach them and go, go on an exchange and give me your, USDC address on Ethereum, you have lost billions of people. They're not going to even try to understand. But we believe we solved this with the Flip app. So hit Flip, and then you hit a phone number that you have. If a user is registered on the Flip app already, this will go through. If it's not, you'll get the ability to send a message. But here you put in 10 NOK. As you could see, we're not talking crypto. We're letting you know in the background, there's things going to happen. You're going to send USDM. But we're just going to help you understand this in a language that you already know, which is fiat sums, right? Did you actually hit confirm Flip there, Alex?
I think so.
Oh, yeah. So it was that fast. So let's do it again. There you go. So let's do it again. Flip, you get the phone number. You're using the reason. You're putting in 10 NOK, or 25 in this case. Review Flip. Here it says, you're sending 25 NOK. And as we speak, a non-custodial on-chain transaction is happening. The keys are stored on this device, but from there on, it's all done. The user immediately gets notified that Alex just sent you 25 NOK, and up until the blockchain completes the transaction and it's full, that money will become first visible and then available for the recipient to actually interact with that. And now you're showing some very interesting aspects, and you just click the more button, and here it's flipping, which is sending and receiving. Here through the NBX connection, you'll get cash withdrawal possibilities. You'll get the card, you'll be able to top it up from your stablecoin balance, and then the earning of interest. And this is a proof, this is the demo, of course, because there's very stringent rules about interest on stablecoins and whatnot. But when this function is launched, it's going to give the user the power to go in, take part or the whole part of your USDM or stablecoin balance, go into DeFi, decentralized finance, and access these protocols, which lets you earn if you lock up your funds, for instance. So that, we believe, really delivers on the promise of blockchain. Okay, so that is Flip app in its simplicity. I think we covered that well. It is supposed to be super simple. My mother at 75 understands how to flip and send and receive. My daughter at 12 years old, she understands how to send and receive. And that is the measuring stick that Flip app takes when we develop new services or new products. So now we've covered the app, how the NBX connection unleashes the power of this card and the ability to cash withdraw. Anything else we want to cover here?
I don't think so. I think we maybe can skip a bit forward, actually.
Yeah.
Because we have covered.
We've covered a lot. We've done the live demo. You mentioned something previously, which we want to return to, is this one. The digital asset bank and the specialized banking license that we're going for in Latvia. That is going to, give us, now we're a crypto native, we're a crypto asset service provider. We've, done our time in the trenches, but this license, what does it unlock for us as a digital asset bank, Alex?
Well, it unlocks cool stuff like borrow against your crypto, use your crypto as collateral. We are thinking about home mortgages, banklån for homes, and
tokenized assets.
Tokenized assets.
Yes,
exactly.
tokenized deposits.
And the most interesting for Visa FlexCard is, of course, the unsecured credit, where with a credit application or review, that we are able to issue credit without backing.
Yes.
Because in the crypto landscape right now, and I don't think Revolut has it either. Maybe in the UK or something, but there's no like credit right now inside this new fintech landscape.
And I often come back to an example like, okay, take our platform. We have tokenized gold, right? You showed that you can even get cash back in gold. Let's say you're like me, you have a child, they're 10, 12 years old. The next 10 years, you do automatically, you save some 100 or 1,000 NOK, $100 a month. In 10 years' time, who knows where that has gone? That is nowhere, up to us to decide. But if you look in the past, it has appreciated. But to be able to take a loan on paper gold, if you sort of purchase an ETP somewhere, that is, I've been told, at least difficult in the traditional finance world. Here, if I do this case for my own daughters, that means in 10 years' time, I've accumulated some gold, and I can actually take out a loan against that. That means, taking a loan against your virtual assets. And I don't believe many other actors can offer that unless you're accredited traders with huge sums in your order books.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, year of execution. We've said this one is we're working with the card launch, the Polygon stablecoins launching, our CASPs, the white papers on these stablecoins, the cash out corridor, the Latvian banking application. It's on its way. You mentioned the credit lines. What we haven't talked about is our joint venture with Apricot Venture, which is Naya Paisa, which in Urdu means new money. That is a joint venture that we can come back to and talk a little bit more specifically on topic. But just very shortly, up until recently, country as Pakistan with about 250 million people inhabiting is, crypto has been not necessarily banned, but there has been no regulation, which meant that users there, and it has been shown through Chainalysis and analytics that there are about 40 million Pakistani that has interacted with crypto in some way, shape, or form, which means there's an appetite in that population. But with no clear rules of the road, nobody has established anything. They have turned 180. The last year, they have put forth an ambitious pathway to regulation in Pakistan. They have dubbed it PVARA, Pakistan Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority. And through that, they are now licensing actors to come in and serve that market. So that is the backdrop of this joint venture that we have with Apricot Venture. And I would love to come back with Jamil and Apricot to talk more about this at a later webinar. I don't know about you, Alex, what you think about that.
We will definitely pick up on the Naya Paisa plan.
Yep.
I think Apricot sent out an email or venture token that they are still in process of doing all the boring parts of this application.
The heavy lifting in the background.
Yeah. So there's no exactly new on that front, other than that it's moving on in the background due to
Okay, so one call to action. We've already went 43 minutes like I anticipated, or we anticipated. We're probably going to talk more. Hopefully people have found this informative. But as of now, we urge all our users to get in line to get this Visa Flex, the cashback card. It is going to be debit. That means it's easy to get going. And if you start now with putting some stable coins, some USDM on your balance, or ramping up your trading volume, or referring users, that means you're already qualifying to get a higher tier of cashback. So going to nbx.com/en/nbx Visa, that means you'll be on the first to know when we're ready to launch. right?
Exactly. So I can throw the link in the chat, of course.
Yeah.
That I can do.
Perfect.
And I think we should wrap this up now. Thank you for listening to us. Going back and forth for 45 minutes, a bit longer than anticipated, and we are trying not to round up the questions and try to answer the questions. So one question was, what are the marketing plans for the coming months? Right now, we are establishing a marketing plan because that had to be put on hold for the cost, of course.
Yeah.
And now with the landscape changing very much so, with see BitMEX winding down operations with their legendary perp exchange and Bitmart, and there will be shifts now in the ecosystem because of the CASP and because of how the crypto landscape is changing around the stablecoin usage. And then the next question is, can you say anything about when in 2027 credit on card is expected? We are for EU markets, that's expected to be tied to the Latvian bank license at least. And for the Norwegian market and Nordics, we are looking for partners which we previously had for credit, the first one, to launch credit with the cashback or other cool stuff, of course.
And we're also in dialogues with a couple of vendors that we didn't work with before from the partnership department. In terms of how many people are currently in this queue to get it, we launched this some months back. I'm not sure of the total amount now, if it's
in thousands.
Yep.
Thousands, we can say that.
So that means we're going to be as excited as you are to see this roll out to our users. We've been waiting for quite some time to come to market with this, so we're very excited.
Yeah.
Are you planning to compete with Revolut subscription plans and affiliate program? This is a bigger question. Their subscription plans are not. Right now, we've shown what we intend to do with the credit card, or the debit card first and foremost. And then as credit becomes available in the different jurisdictions and our own through our banking license, then of course, subscription plans can probably be on the roadmap. But as of today, this is not something that we're launching with immediate effect. But
we have a subscription. We have subscription for the Pro plan, of course.
Yes. So the Pro plan has it. We do have not necessarily an affiliate program, but we have a referral program which goes across our some of the countries in the EU. You want to just mention quickly on that, Alex?
Yeah, so we have relaunched it now for the whole Nordics, including Finland and Iceland. That if you're from any one of these countries, you can refer across the border or in your own country and get 200 kroner paid out in Bitcoin, and 75 kroner goes to the person who has been referred by you, paid out in Bitcoin, of course. Just small note that this is paid out after a user probably has made his first crypto deposit or fiat deposit and made his first trade.
It's not probably, it's actually, they have to have done that.
But hypothetically, either fiat or crypto deposit and do the trade in some way.
Can I just reiterate on the not necessarily caveat, but it has to be, the referrer has to be registered with an account within Norway, Sweden, and Denmark.
Finland and Iceland.
So those 5 countries. So if you're a customer there and you're referring, then the customer can be in another jurisdiction as long as they're KYC to make their first deposit, either fiat or crypto.
Within those 5 countries. But of course we are, this is just
within those 5.
We are looking to do interesting stuff and more referral and maybe region specific, and it's all out there now because of the CASP that we can
Perfect.
use again.
So the next question is on Flip, and when is it possible to connect the NBX to Flip? I can say as much as this is in active development, which means both parties are working hard. They're testing. We're trying to work out the last quink. So we're expecting this to roll out in weeks, if not a month, but not any longer time horizon than that.
Yeah, and well, in regards to the outlook for the business and the path forward, toward profitability, we have the half-year report or annual report which came out. We can only reference that for right now. But, well, we are because of how the landscape is changing now. We are of course very happy to have the CASP and ready to go on that trip to profitability right now.
And I think just to add to that, I joined NBX in March, but I've spoken and seen and been a customer for years. You'll see even in the annual statement of our revenue for 2025, our bread and butter is the exchange, right? The commission, the trading fees. The staking operations has grown, but where we're also expecting growth when it comes to business is the stablecoin business, because yes, we cannot charge users to mint or burn. That is clearly stated in the MiCA regulations. But as an issuer, an EMI licensed issuer, what we do, we will see revenue coming from the reserves, because those reserves have to be in a vault. Sparebanken Norge, is it here in Norway?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So and we can earn interest on that. So you'll see stablecoin issuers such as ourselves, make that a more prominent revenue stream going forward. And we're seeing that with the efforts of the Polish zloty pegged stablecoin and the euro stablecoin as well. So hopefully that gave people a little bit more meat on the bone when it comes to revenue streams going forward.
Yeah, and next question, growing interest in index products following the MiCA and CASP, and is reaching new customer groups a focus for you? Yes, it is, of course, now that we are able to go almost global, I think, and onboard new customers, and also because of this, we didn't have the CASP. It was very limited in that I think we could onboard EU customers, of course, but we could not do direct marketing to them.
Yes.
Or do public marketing towards onboarding EU customers with referral bonuses and those types of things.
And it was to the length that we weren't even allowed to have the NBX app in the Google Play Store visible if you were in Germany or like a EU country, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So with the MiCA regulation in place, now that we're in the ESMA register, both the Play Stores and the Apple Play or the iTunes have opened, so that now just the organic inbound of new customers coming in, but there's also a very important player, and Flip app, we mentioned how it's in a very important piece in that sort of puzzle of a stable coin being issued. We take the money, we put it in the vault, we make some interest, but then that stable coin ends up in somebody's Flip app. And when they connect that, it doesn't necessarily just go back in our platform as a trading pair. It goes out into the world. It gets spent as a Visa card. That means circulation. That means that stable coin gets velocity. It stays out there longer, which means a more profitable path for us as well.
Yeah, and I also know that some people are a bit sad that limit orders went away. Our statement about that is that this is something we have to do for the CASP, unfortunately. But we are, of course, looking into trying to get it back in some way and some form over or past the summer to the fall, into the fall, because that's something also we want to have, that our customers can trade on limit orders and know or set up future price orders in some way. But in order to keep our current liquidity and prices, we have to do this, unfortunately.
Okay.
Well,
I think that was a good closing. There are more questions. What I take away is that we have curious users. We have questions coming in. Fortunately, we don't have time to do more questions, but we love the fact that you turned up today, that you took time out of your day to listen to us ramble on what we think are great. Hopefully, you listener got something out of this. We have social channels, Alex. Where can people go if they want to, interact with us apart from this webinar?
Twitter or X, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, or Discord. If you want to have direct access to NBX team and us, you can use our Discord. Link is in either on nbx.com or it's in the bottom of the newsletter we send out.
And I think, just to recap, I think it's important in these social channels, remember, we do not approach any of our users unsolicited. We don't reach out and say, hey, we're from NBX, we need you to do anything. So that means you come to us and initiate the dialogue, go through our official channels, go through our website, and then enter the Discord from there. It's like, go to our official channels, and then the customer service, if there's anything pressing, if you need anything from there. And remember, nobody comes from us. And I just wanted to end this as well as a MiCA regulated exchange. We said it in the beginning. I don't know if it was right when we started to go live, but it's important to us that anything we have said or talked about is not financial advice. That means you always do your own research, your own due diligence. We are a marketplace which offer it. We strive to help you understand what you're interacting with. We try to be transparent and clear that there are risks involved in investing and interacting with the products on our platform. And just ending that, thank you for joining this session, and looking forward to the next time we can do this together, Alex.
Yeah, exactly. We want to do this kind of stuff and content more often, definitely.
Perfect.
So thank you for listening and being engaged, customers or stakeholders or shareholders. Thank you again.
Okay.
Bye-bye.